So the Los Angeles Lakers, I'm sure by now many of you have heard, have officially signed Spencer Dinwiddie. This, in my opinion, is a huge pickup. The Lakers didn't make any moves at the trade deadline, which was very unfortunate, right? We were hoping something would have done, something would have happened. However, I'm okay with it, right? I said it even in the moment after it happened that, like, clearly there wasn't much there. If you look at all the trades that went down, like, none of those trades are really impacting the Lakers and turning their season around. I think if they would have landed DeJounte Murray, I do think that the Lakers would have made other moves and kind of maybe pushed their chips in a little more. But once the DeJounte thing fell through, it was like, okay, we might as well just stick with who we got. We might as well stick with the roster that we have. And then Spencer Dinwiddie, who was a target for the Lakers, was somebody that the Lakers probably would have had to give up at best, maybe 2 seconds. Realistically, probably like 3 maybe, just based on the going rate that some of these guys are going for. And Spencer Dinwiddie getting traded, getting bought out, just opened the door huge for the Lakers to get a real impact player. Now, I'm not saying that Spencer Dinwiddie is going to come in and now the Lakers are the best team in the league, but there's no denying this is a true starting level, versatile type of guard that can play the point. He can play the 2 guard with his size and his length. He can even defend some threes in some spots. I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying I necessarily want him to play the 3, but if I had to choose between Spencer Dinwiddie and like a Taurean Prince or something, I would rather have Spencer Dinwiddie just because of his versatility. Now, this season, he is a little rough, to put it nicely. But in his defense, he basically was checked out and done. He wanted out of Brooklyn. He was done with Brooklyn. I mean, there were reports like weeks ago that Spencer Dinwiddie basically was just showing up not to get fined so that way he could earn his paycheck. But the relationship was burnt. It was done, and he wanted to get out as soon as possible. So if you look at his stats this year, with the idea of like he basically was just showing up for a paycheck, he still gave you 13 points, 6 assists, 1 steal, and 3.3 rebounds. Now, the efficiency, he was kind of just shot chucking and was shooting 10 attempts per game, which was his fewest in like 7 years, and shooting 40%, 39% from the field, and 32% from 3. But if you go to where he last had a real role, was bought in, focused, and energized, which was last season with Brooklyn and with the Dallas Mavericks. So with Brooklyn, this is before he was checked out, was 16.5 points, 9.1 assists, and 4 rebounds with 1.1 steals and half a block per game. He also shot 80% from the foul line. He shot 50% or 49% from 2-point range on 8 attempts. The 3-point percentage was rough with Brooklyn. It dropped to 30% or 29% for the Brooklyn Nets. But with Dallas in 53 games, which this is what the hope is. Lakers get Dallas Spencer Dinwiddie. Dallas Spencer Dinwiddie averaged 17.7 points, 5 assists. Got to remember, he's playing alongside Luka. 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, half a block. And then from the free throw line, 82% on 4 attempts. From 2-point range, 50.4%. And then from 3-point range, 40.5% on 6.4 attempts. That is the player that we need to acquire, right? That's the player that we hope that we end up landing. Because a guy that gives you 17 and 6 on 40% from 3 would make a huge difference for this Lakers team. His athleticism, he's not a hyper athlete, but he's more athletic than both D'Lo and Austin Reaves. He can defend multiple positions. He can play multiple positions. He is a quality pickup. This is a guy that I do believe will make an impact. Again, I'm not saying he's a superstar or anything like that, but give me a 17 and 6 guy who can play defense. This season, again, he's checked out with Brooklyn. He has a defensive rating of 120. League average is 116.5. That's not good. However, if you look at the previous years, he's had a defensive rating from anywhere from 112 to 115, which would be better than league average. If he can be at least that, let's call it 115, right? Now you're a 1.5 better than league average. Again, he would be like our 4th best defensive player behind Anthony Davis, Jared Vanderbilt, and Cam Reddish. I will take that. Give me the defense, focus, lockdown defensively. Give me the offensive output and the versatility, and let's go. This is a huge pickup for the Lakers. Question is, what do they do with Spencer Dinwiddie? Personally, and this is just me, I believe that the Lakers should start Spencer Dinwiddie. I think you move Austin Reaves to the bench. Now, some people might disagree, but hear me out, right? So Austin Reaves, his production is exactly the same off the bench as it is starting. You can make an argument he's actually better off the bench than he is starting in games. His field goal percentage, everything. He is actually very good off the bench as opposed to starting. So if you move Spencer Dinwiddie into the starting unit, you get basically a upgrade defensively, an upgrade in as far as like the athleticism goes, right? Because again, he's not a hyper athlete, but he's more athletic than Austin Reaves. And you get the same level of like production while upgrading and bolstering your bench. You also don't have to worry about just the noise of like, D'Lo and his frustrations if he goes to the bench, or Spencer Dinwiddie coming in and now he's got to come off the bench and he's starting. Austin Reaves, he's fine, he's comfortable, he's not going to gripe about it. He cares more about the minutes and opportunity, and that's where he thrives. As long as he's getting the minutes and opportunity, he will be fine. So, again, here are the stats. Austin Reaves this season is averaging 15.7 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 5.4 assists, shooting 48.8% from the field. Now, here is Austin Reaves' bench stats. Austin Reaves this season off the bench in 25 games is averaging 15.4 points, 5.3 assists, and 4.4 rebounds. So, again, 15, 5, and 4 off the bench compared to as a starter, we'll be nice and say 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. The numbers are nearly identical, but he's been more efficient off the bench. He is shooting off the bench nearly 50% from three-point range and over 50% from the field. So, to me, give me the guy that is as efficient and effective off the bench as he is, or more efficient actually, but giving you the same offensive productions and stats. Give me that guy on the bench. Because now you can trust and know, okay, if we move Austin Reaves to the bench, he's gonna be a 15-5-5 guy or 15-4-5 guy off the bench. Where Spencer Dinwiddie, what does he look like off the bench? We don't know. He hasn't played off the bench in years. D'Lo, right? D'Lo had some nice stints off the bench, but he was just trying to get back into the starting lineup. Longevity-wise, over the course of the season, does D'Lo have the same impact and effect? Probably not. So to me, it's a no-brainer. You move Austin Reaves to the bench. He's going to give you the same production. Now he gets to play against bench players. He might even be better, especially now that he has that role and he understands his role. As long as he's getting the minutes, he'll be fine, which he would, because you'd have him, D'Lo, and Spencer Dinwiddie that you can rotate and alternate. I'm sure Darvin Ham will play all three of them together at times, which, to be honest, I'd rather them do that than these two with Taurean Prince like they do. So, again, regardless, to me, it's an upgrade over Taurean Prince. But nonetheless, I just think D'Lo and Spencer Dinwiddie also have a relationship. They also have chemistry. They also have an understanding of each other. And I just think that is something that you'd pick up. I mean, for those that have hooped before, right? You hoop with a guy or a friend or something, and, you guys hoop regularly, or like, say, an old teammate, and you guys just don't hoop for a long time, right? Even years. And you guys get back on the court together, and it's like you never left, right? If you've hooped before and you've had those situations, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Or you have a buddy that plays for another team, and like you team up for a game or whatever, or even just pick up or something, right? All of a sudden it's just like, where he likes to be, how he likes it, where his shooting pocket is, all of the, and it's just, it becomes easy, right? Because you already have that familiarity. I believe that'll happen with D'Lo and Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie has also played with Rui Hachimura. He's also played with Taurean Prince. He has relationships within the Lakers. He's wanted to be a Laker. You're going to get a fully motivated excited and rejuvenated Spencer Dinwiddie. Because one, he's going to be out of a situation that he hated and was miserable in. And two, you're getting him in a place that's not just like, oh, I'm out of a situation. No, you're getting to a place that he's dreamt since he was a kid of playing for. He grew up in Los Angeles. He was a diehard Laker fan. He was obsessed and idolized Kobe Bryant, as all of us did. And he now has an opportunity to help turn the Lakers season around. You don't think he's going to be motivated? You don't think he's excited? You don't think as soon as he puts on that purple and gold jersey, he's going to lose his mind and be like, all right, it's go time? Of course he is. This guy is going to be a kid in a candy store. And we need that. We need a guy like that. Again, don't underestimate the impact that Spencer Dinwiddie can have on this team. I'm not saying maybe he does play like he did with Brooklyn. Maybe that's just where he's at this season. It's a possibility, right? I mean, it would still be better than what Gabe Vincent's given us this year, which is basically nothing. So I would still take it, but I truly believe he gets closer to Dallas. Even if he's not exactly what he was in Dallas, 40% from three, 50% from the field. Let's say he's like 37, 38% from three and like 45% from the field. That's still very impactful for this team because they don't have anybody else doing that regularly. And he can make plays for himself. He can make plays for others. He can get in on defense, gives you a bit of a point of attack. It's a guy that I believe is going to be invested. He's going to be engaged. He's going to be excited. And the biggest thing, the most efficient season he had of his career was playing alongside Luka. What do you think Taurean Prince is going to look like when he's playing alongside LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and D'Angelo Russell, who makes everything easier for everybody? Oh, and Austin Reaves, who can occasionally make plays. This guy's going to have it made. He's going to get more open looks than he's probably ever gotten in his career. He's going to get more opportunities for just better production than he's ever gotten in his career. The most efficient season he's had is alongside Luka. And now he gets to play alongside LeBron James. You don't think that that's going to help his efficiency? You don't think that that's going to change the way he plays? And he's going to be like the fourth or fifth guy for the Lakers at this point. Right? Because you have LeBron, AD, D'Lo, right? Spencer Dinwiddie, at best, would be the fourth option. At worst, he's probably the fifth behind Reaves. So, instead of him being the second, third option on most teams like he's been, he's going to be like the fourth or fifth. So, do I expect him to average 17 and 6 a game? Probably not. But can he be excellent defensively and give us 13, 4, and 4? That's perfect. It's like your fifth guy. That's beautiful, especially if he's locking down defensively. Who else is doing that for us? Right? As your fourth or fifth guy. And this is a guy that many people believed was an upgrade over D'Lo and Reaves. And people were screaming for, and the Lakers almost did at one point before D'Lo's emergence, we're going to trade D'Lo for Dorian Finney-Smith, or Spencer Dinwiddie. So this is a guy that we were heavily considering trading for. And now we just got him for free. That is huge. Look, I love what D'Lo and Reaves bring to the table. But I just think fit-wise and overall impact and the best way to draw the most out of each player, you got to start Spencer Dinwiddie and Austin Reaves comes off the bench because Austin Reaves gives you the exact same production off the bench. Spencer Dinwiddie, you know what he can provide you as a starter. Same thing with D'Lo. You have those two as your starters, right? You have their versatility, you have their playmaking. Both guys are a threat off ball. Both guys are a threat on ball. That's huge. Austin Reaves moves to the bench. He has an easier time. He could be more efficient and effective. He can still play alongside D'Lo, still play alongside Dinwiddie, still play alongside all three of them. Or the two of them, right? Now, I don't necessarily think that they'll bring him in to start immediately, right? Although you may be able to, because look, the Lakers are going to have like 3 days to get him acclimated, and then you have like, a game or two, and then it's the All-Star break. because I think they have a back-to-back for the All-Star break. So they're going to have a lot of time to get him up to speed and get him good to go, right? So Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be in a good spot in that regard, of just getting acclimated, where it's not like okay, it's go time. We got 10 games in the next 11 days, so you better strap in. No, it's like, okay, like he'll probably play the Pistons game, probably come off the bench. He'll probably come up. My guess is he'll probably come off the bench the first 2 or 3 games. Maybe they start him, but I think you just stick with the starting 5 you have right now: D'Lo, Reaves, Rui, LeBron, and AD. Stick with that for right now, and then once he gets comfortable, once he settles in, then I would move him to the starting unit alongside D'Lo, move Reaves to the bench, and say, let's go try to win this chip. Let's go make this climb, get back into the standings, and let's go win a chip. That's my thoughts. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you agree? Do you think, yes, bring Spencer Dinwiddie in the starting unit, plug him in alongside D'Lo? Do you think, no, bring him off the bench, and then keep the starting 5 intact? Just when Vando comes back, swap Vando with Rui, and you're good? Or do you think, no, keep starting 5 even with Rui? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I would love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.